Hi, welcome to the Lady Knight Show. I am your host, Lady Knight, and this station is about helping you to overcome depression. That is a topic that nobody ever wants to talk about. Nobody ever wants to talk about mental health because it's so taboo. But lately, we have been bringing recognition to the mental health community, and I am so grateful for that. And I want to do my part to turn pain into purpose. So, this station is going to help you boost your mood, help you find ways to come out of depression, and help you to shine your light because you deserve to thrive, no longer be in survival mode. You deserve to live a life that's full of everything that you want it to be. And I'm here to help you guide you through the process. So I'm going to take you on a journey. First, let me tell you a little bit about myself and the trauma that I have overcome in in order for us to get here. I have survived third-degree burns, literally third-degree burns all across my upper part of my body and skin graft on both of my legs. So I have the scars to prove it, literally the scars. Okay. I have also gone through 4 years of depression where 2.5 years I was completely lights out. There was no light that I could see my way out of. And then I finally came out of depression. I will give you more information about that. Then I lost 5 children. So I am an empty arms mom, meaning that I have given birth to my children, but none of them survived. So I am an empty arms mom. And lastly, I have survived 12 years of sexual abuse. 12 years by 6 different people, 6 different men, I should say. So I know a little something about trauma. I've been through entirely too much. One person shouldn't have to go through all of that, but I did. And I choose not to wear it on me. And I want to take you through the journey of getting the help that you deserve and fulfilling your purpose, because if you're still here, you're still living, you're still breathing, you have a purpose in life. And I want to help you to identify that purpose and help you to overcome all of these things that you're going through in your own journey of life. Okay. So today I want to talk about loving yourself correctly. That's right, loving yourself correctly. I chose that topic because I remember an ex-boyfriend of mine telling me, I think you love me more than you love yourself." What? Oh, clutch your pearls, okay? Because he said that to me some years ago, and that was a hard pill to swallow. For somebody to tell you something like that, that's a hard pill to swallow. And I decided that one, I was going to let him go so that I could learn to love myself correctly. And we left, we're amicable now. I'll say that. We've forgiven each other, we've apologized, we've moved on into our separate lives. But I've been taking these last few years to learn how to love myself correctly because I don't ever want any other human being in life telling me something like that. Okay. Are you a person who is a people pleaser and who goes above and beyond for your family, friends, lovers, whomever? If you're that person, give me a comment below and let me know, like, yep, I'm a perfectionist. Yep, I'm a people pleaser. Yep, that's hard to admit and it's hard to overcome, but you can overcome. And you do that by loving yourself correctly. So, here are some tips that I just want to talk about and kind of give you um, a story behind it so that you can understand what I've been through so that you can take what you need for yourself to help you go through it, right? So, number one, let's start with grace. Give yourself some grace. We all make mistakes. We all love the wrong people at times. We all do what we have to do to survive. We do certain things, right? And unfortunately, that takes a toll on us or catches up to us because we will reap what we sow, unfortunately, right? Fortunately and unfortunately, because all the good things that we sow, we want to get back. But all of the bad things that we sow, we definitely don't want that back. But it's coming back and they call it karma, right? So we want to give ourselves some grace because the things that we have gone through that we're not proud of, we need to learn how to forgive ourselves. And I'll do a whole video on forgiveness, forgiving ourselves. We have to forgive ourselves, we have to forgive others, so that we can live a life of purpose. We can thrive in life. We do not have to be bound by the things that people did to us, right? And I just listed a lot of things that people have done to me and some of the things that I've been through for myself, right? So getting pregnant each and every time and losing each and every child. Oh my God, it got harder and harder and harder and harder and harder. Not to mention the people that I was dealing with, not being extremely supportive, during that time. So that takes a toll, on you. Already, if you're a woman who has given birth to a child, you know the labor pains that you go through. You know the cramps and the emotions and everything that that you're going through during that time. You know how that feels. And for you to have a lack of support and going through it alone or whatever it is that you're feeling, it is devastating when the turnout does not work. And so each and every time I try to hang in there, I try to, love and be loved. And sometimes that was hard. So I've learned that sometimes you just have to let go, just like I had to let go of my baby. I held each and every one of my kids. Well, I held four of the five. I'll say that because the fifth one was a true miscarriage, because I was only pregnant for 5 weeks. But the other four were preterm labors, and I had to literally push out every child. I had to hold them, even though they weren't breathing anymore, but just to say my goodbyes. And that was devastating. Every loss was devastating. Every loss was harder and harder. And so I know that I had to give myself some grace because I needed to be patient with myself. I needed to love on myself. When I saw that all the love that I had been given to others was like backfiring on me, I realized that I needed to just start taking some time and loving myself correctly. And that started with me giving myself some grace. Tam, Lady Knight, you have grace and mercy that God gives you and that you have to give yourself. Whether humans give it to you or not, you have to give it to yourself. You have to allow yourself to make mistakes. I made mistakes. I love people. I've been there for people. I've supported people. And sometimes I get it back and sometimes I don't. But God finds a way to bless me. And so, therefore, giving yourself some grace is extremely important. Number one, you have to be prepared to be uncomfortable. It is so difficult when you have to sit and face your mistake, right? It's so difficult when you have to own that mistake, when you have to be held accountable for that mistake. It's difficult. It's hard. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know, it's difficult. So you have to go through that process. You have to cry. You have to feel that hurt, feel that pain, feel whatever it is that is making you uncomfortable. You have to feel that discomfort for a few minutes or for a while, for an hour. Give yourself that time to feel all the feelings, all the emotions that surrounded that. And then what you're going to do is you're going to get up, you're going to create a plan, and you're going to move forward. You're going to forgive yourself for making the mistake, and you're going to start writing out a plan as to how we are going to move forward from that. Okay? Because part of the depression is that we have run out of plans. We run out of ideas. How do I get myself out of this mess? What do I do? But if you take some time and sit in those feelings and own up to the part that you played and understand that not everything that happened to you was your fault. That's number one. Everything is not your fault, okay? Some things are your fault and some things are not. So the things that you take ownership for, that's the stuff that you're going to forgive, right? You're going to forgive that first before you forgive somebody else. Let's forgive that first. Why? Because you have to get that weight off of you. You know what? I made a mistake, but I'm going to fix it. I'm going to correct it. I'm not going to go down that path again. I'm going to change and I'm going to pivot and I'm going to redirect that negative energy and I'm going to channel it into something positive. Okay? That's what you're going to do. And then you're going to forgive the person that did something to you, that had a helping hand in that, so that you could let it all go and get that dead weight off of your shoulders, because it is painful and it's dragging you down and it's keeping you in a dark place. And so we have to let it go. We have to, and it's so hard. It's not a 5 minutes and yes, it's all gone. No, it takes a lot of tears. It takes a lot of prayer. It takes a lot of redesigning your life. It takes a lot of journaling. It takes a lot of every therapy. Like, let's not forget therapy. I'm a huge advocate for it. Let's not forget that. It takes all of that. And it takes a lot of love. You got to love yourself through these situations. That's why you're giving yourself some grace so that you can love yourself while you're healing. Healing is a daily process. I'll repeat that. Healing is a daily process. You have to heal daily. That's why we have to give ourselves some grace, okay? And you deserve it. You deserve it. I want you to say, I deserve it. I deserve it. I deserve grace. I deserve to live a life that is full of purpose. I deserve to thrive. That's what I deserve to do. Okay? So that's number one. Give yourself some grace. Number two, gratitude. I know we hear about it all the time. Gratitude this, gratitude that, gratitude this, gratitude that. Yes, I'm going to say it because gratitude moves mountains in your life. It moves mountains. You may not recognize it, you may not see it, you may not understand it, but I promise you that the more gratitude that you have, the more things you will have to be grateful for. My God, yes, you will have more things to be grateful for. Because when you're going through something, okay, when I was going through the loss of my fourth child, it was devastating. I was devastated. I I'll talk about that in a separate video, like just taking you through that process of what I went through, just to show you that level of trauma and also that level of resilience that I found within myself that I didn't even know was there. I'll tell you that story during the story time. But moving through that, I was grateful that I was able to get pregnant at that time. I was grateful for the doctors and the team of people that showed up for me during that pregnancy. Oh my God, that level of gratitude, I can never repay them for how much they loved me and my baby during that time. And while I was devastated, I was loved by perfect strangers. These doctors and nurses had gotten to know me. They grown to love me. They took such good care of me that I had so much gratitude when I left that place. And the more that I became grateful for them, the more gratitude, the more things that started, the more positive things that started coming to, the more positive things started to come into my life. Whew, trying to say that. I had more to be grateful for. I was able to get a new job, get a new car, get a new apartment, just start a whole new life and just start fresh and just enjoy breathing again, enjoy loving again, enjoy therapy. I had started going to therapy because mentally I was losing my mind originally. And again, I'll tell you that story later, but I was losing it. Like I felt like, oh my God, why does this keep happening to me? After baby number 4, you ready to just end it all, you know? But I was able to contact a therapist. I went back to school and I started my life over. I hit that reset button. I regrouped and I was able to start thriving. At the end, I would say 16 weeks because I went back to school and a semester is 16 weeks. So I would say at the end of that 16 weeks, I'm going to share like all of those things that helped me to get through that depression because that was something else. Woo! I ain't gonna even lie to you. So the next thing and the last thing for today that I believe is the key to loving yourself correctly is giving. Now I know we give to everybody and they mama. We give to the church, we give to our kids, we give to our nieces and nephews, we give to our parents, we give to our lovers, our spouses, we give, 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 give. My God, we give. Our coworkers, our colleagues, our bosses, we give. Okay? So let's reverse that and start giving all that we give to everybody else. Let's give it to ourselves. Let's give it to ourselves. Why? Because we deserve it. We deserve it. Simple as that. We deserve it. Okay? All the love that I have given to a relationship, all the love that I've given to the children that I lost, all the love that I have given to my parents, my family, my friends, my co-workers, my colleagues, my bosses, I am a ray of sunshine. So I give a lot of love, right? It's who I am. And all that love that I've been given and given and given all of these years, I started giving it to myself because I was missing the very thing that I've been giving out, and that's love. I thought that being in a relationship, I would get all of this love because I'm so loving and I'm this, that, and the other. No, it didn't work like that. I thought that doing all of these things for everybody, I was always going above and beyond. I am a above and beyonder, okay? But none of that matter. I mean, yes, I do reap the benefits for going above and beyond for people because I do get that back. However, it's so much better when you can give it to yourself. When you know that you can look in the mirror and you can say, you know what? I just want to love on me today. Today, I want to do every single thing that I want to do and the things that I love to do. And here's a few things that I love to do: amusement parks, Great America, Disney World, Universal Studios. That's my life. I could live in those places and I could go every single day if I was able to. But they're expensive, so we make it an annual, semi-annual, or 5 year, however long it takes for me to get there. I make it my business to make sure I get there because that's my happy place. And I love amusement parks, even at this age, I still love amusement parks. The other thing I love when I'm at home, the Hallmark Channel. I love watching the Hallmark Channel. I love not the mysteries. I can't handle that. But I love the love stories. I love Christmas movies. I watch Christmas movies all year round. That's my thing. That's what brings me joy. That's what gives me peace. That's what gives me hope. That's what gives me love. Like, and that also what helps me to identify the areas that need to be healed. Is watching the Hallmark Channel actually. Like I will see how these women on there are filled with self-doubt or going through a relationship challenge or a breakup or whatever it is that they're feeling in that moment. And sometimes I feel like I'm going through that. And it's not just with the Hallmark Channel. I love a lot of different love stories and rom-coms. That's my thing, romantic comedies. And I find myself in so many of them. Like I almost think Nancy Myers, who has directed a lot of the movies that I love, I almost think that she knows me somehow because she writes for me. I'm like, ma'am, how do you know? How did you know that I needed that? You know, how did you know I was feeling that? How did you know? I feel like she like knew me and just started writing my whole life. And then she gave me a happy ending somehow, you know, which I haven't gotten that happy ending with a guy, but I have created that happy ending for myself. So, and I'm a work in progress. I'm still creating a happy ending, but I do so every single day. Some days I am like, nope, I don't feel like it. I'm not in the mood, you know. And so those are the days that I find ways to pour into myself. Make sure that in order for me to boost my mood, you know, I have to turn on my favorite song, turn on something that'll make me dance, something that will get me on the dance floor, even if it's in my own house, something that will get my mood, my mind turning and turning from the negative into the positive, right? Because when I'm feeling positive, I can start to create a different outcome for myself. When I'm feeling good, I can create my own world, right? I live in a whole fantasy world all by myself anyway, so I might as well add what it is that I want in this world, okay? And how I'm going to manifest and get it is a different thing, but I'm going to start writing it down so that I can look back and say, you know what? I remember when I was feeling horrible that day, but I also did something to change my mood. I changed my attitude. I changed who I was so that I can benefit from it, so that I can feel love, so that I can feel like I did something for myself today, so that I can feel like I took care of me because we so busy taking care of everybody but ourselves. And I am no longer putting myself at the bottom of the list. I'm putting it at the top. Okay. I'm doing something for me and I have to go get it. Okay. I have to do whatever it takes to help me get through another day. Take everything one day at a time. Everything. So let's recap. We're going to give ourselves some grace. We're going to write down the gratitude, the things that we are grateful for. So get your gratitude journal and start writing what you are grateful for. That is going to help you escalate that depression into a positive. Take that negative into a positive. It's going to help you get there faster because when you see all the things that make you sad versus the things that make you happy, you're going to want to stay over here in happy land. We're just going to call it happy land. We want to find our happy place. And we have to do that on a daily basis, every single day. I don't want you to skip a day because when you skip a day, you go back to those negative thoughts. Those negative thoughts tend to suck the life out of you, right? And we don't want to go through that anymore. We want to find a way to pivot and to make that change and to find a, a positive ending, a positive outcome. Okay, even if it's just for that day. Tomorrow is going to bring on its own set of problems and blessings. Lessons and blessings. That's what I'm going to say. Lessons and blessings. It's going to bring on a whole new set. So let's just focus on how we can change our moods today so that we can wake up tomorrow in a better mood. Okay. So, grace, give yourself some grace. We all make mistakes. We're going to learn from it and we're going to heal from it and we're going to move forward. Okay. Gratitude, we're going to be grateful for all the things that we have to be grateful for. Okay. So that we can have more things to be grateful for. We want to keep that gratitude list going, 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 going. Okay. And giving yourself the love that you've been given to everybody else. That's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys learned something. I hope you guys can take something away because you're so worth it. You deserve it. And I want you to have the life that you deserve. I will see you in the next video. Bye.